everyone, welcome back to the Diabetic Diet Show. Today's show is Creamy Relish Chicken. It's show number 285 and it's with rice, red, green, yellow, pepper, your choice. Let's get started with our ingredients. We have our bell pepper, our raisins, our spices. The spices are going to be onion powder and garlic powder, salt and pepper, smoked cumin, and mustard powder. I also am using a pickle relish, a shot glass of water, and the water, I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of that, by the way. The mayonnaise, I have all measured out here. Garlic and rice. The first thing we want to start with is the water for the rice. That's what takes the longest. So I have 2 cups of water, and the first thing I want to do is I have a brand new can of Pam. Spray your rice pan. You will not be sorry. Put it on the burner. Get the burner going all the way on high. 2 cups of water. Cover it, let it go. Now if you want, you can start that in a tea kettle and it'll go faster. 2 cups goes pretty good. The next thing we want to do is we want to cut up our red pepper and our peas. Get them ready. Now I've already washed these, so they're all set, and I've washed my pepper. So all I'm going to do with the pepper is I'm just going to cut around the outside top, just like this. Then I put my thumb in here. I get it underneath the center core and pop it out like that. Then I cut off the bottom, cut 1 line in it, lay it out, just like this. And some people will go through here and say, oh, this is too thick. You know, let's clean this up a little bit. Just helps. Now, by the way, in my spices as an option, you can add in some hot pepper if you want. Do the matchsticks, then I like just to cut across once. Nice and slow, just like that. Not going to use this part, don't need it. Scraper. There we go. Save these. Let's check on the water. Be just a minute on that. The water is boiling for the rice. So I'm going to dump it in, just like that. I'll let it sit for about a minute, and then I'll stir it. You're supposed to cook it for somewhere around 13-14 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and start my timer, but you have to keep an eye on it. If it's done in 5 minutes, obviously it's done. Remember, I sprayed the pan with cooking spray. That was my #1 tip. So let's let that sit. It's coming back up to a boil since I put that in. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lower to medium. Everything you cook, you want to cook on medium. This pan here I have heating up. So I'm going to put in a couple of tablespoons of oil. And you know me, I'm a little heavy-handed on my oil because I love my olive oil. This particular one I'm using today is garlic mushroom olive oil. That is going to be delicious. I'm And get it hot till it shimmers a little bit. And then I am going to put in my peas, my peppers, your choice, red, green, yellow, purple, pink polka dots, whatever color, salt and pepper, rice, salt, cover it back up, make sure its temperature is low, down to medium. You don't want it over boiling. These have to go for 2 minutes. Start your timer for 2 or 3 minutes. Let it go. The vegetables are starting to smell good. I'm just going to give them a quick stir. Just like this. I'm going to turn them down a little bit. I had it up to warm the pan up. Now, I'm also going to put in my water. Of course, that will lower the temperature. And then I have some garlic. And you can use cut up garlic, or you can use this roasted garlic, which is really delicious. And give these a stir. We're almost done. The timer is down to being done. I'm going to turn these off for the moment. Rice is starting to smell really good. Let's just double check this. Give it a little stir. I'll tell you, that spray in the pan makes a world of difference. Keep the rice floating and not sticking. Get back on there like that. Now let's get this offloaded. You smell really good as well. Now I'm going to use this pan again, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it up all the way. Get the pan hot again. I like to start out with a hot pan. Oil. Another couple of tablespoons. By the way, all these measurements and everything are listed right below where it says more. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button. If you're on a computer right now, it's in the lower right hand corner. Hit subscribe, and then you'll see the word more, and you'll see my list of ingredients, so you don't have to remember all this stuff while you're watching the show. Also, if you want, I do have a website, which is jamestdds.blogspot.com, but you really don't have to leave YouTube. It's all right there. Now I'm down to 2 minutes and 26 seconds on the rice. It's still looking good. Let's go ahead and get our chicken going. And I'm going to go ahead and dump my raisins in with my rice while I'm doing my chicken. And I have it all set here. It is thawed. Now this chicken is going to take about 7 minutes per side. So let's go ahead and get these laying out here flat. I just kind of turn them over here a little bit as soon as they get exposed to the heat. That looks really good. Now, I want to put some seasoning on these. As usual, I start out with salt, and probably less than 1/8 of what everybody else uses on the internet. I'm not real big on salt and sugar. Garlic powder, onion powder, I don't really think you can over season with this stuff. You can with the salt, or you can with sugar, or of course like a hot pepper or something. And you could put in right now, if you want, some red cayenne. You could put in some red pepper flakes if you want, if you like that little bit of spice. Now, paprika. Smoked paprika is delicious, but remember it's strong. So just kind of do some little pinches here. Allspices you can add more later on, but you can't take it off. We're less than 1 minute on the rice, so let's finish this up. Mustard, same thing. Mustard is strong, so just kind of pinch a little bit over your food. There we go. Rice should be done. Let's get the heat off on the rice. Let's check it. Check our raisins. They need to be stirred in. This smells good. I love the raisins in with the rice. And the peas and the peppers are going to be delicious. This is one of my favorite recipes. I wish you could smell this, how good it smells. Let's let that sit. Let's set one of our timers for the other side of the chicken. We'll get that ready to go. So I'm just going to put 6. If I can see, there we go. Okay, so that's going to be ready to go for the second side as soon as this one is done. The rice, I'm just going to put the cover back on it. I'm going to go ahead and take it off the heat though. At least putting it on the cool countertop will start to reduce the temperature of the pan slowly. Especially if you have a ceramic or a marble or slate, granite countertop, it helps to pull the heat off the pan. But it won't get cold sitting in that pan like that. We're down to just a few seconds on the chicken. So I'll just go ahead and think about turning this over right now. They're looking really, really good. So I got those turned over. Stop that timer. Start the timer for the next side. And while that's going, I'm going to mix up my pickle relish and my mayonnaise together. So the easiest way to do this is just to dump the pickle relish in here. It's a little more liquid than the mayonnaise is. Just like that. And then just kind of stir this out. This is going to be the topping for the top. You can use a spoon or a fork. I just so happen to have this fancy little tool that pulls things out of these little plastic containers. Don't want to waste any of it, it's so good. And I just whip it up. See what it looks like. Looks really well. Real good. Oh, it's going to be so tasty. Mayonnaise and pickle relish. If you haven't had that, you are in for a treat. Mayonnaise is one of the bases that they use fast food restaurants. A lot of restaurants use it as a base. Your hamburgers, your chain restaurants use it as a base in their mix to put on their sandwiches. This will be done shortly. We'll plate it up. I checked the meat. I'm at about 152. My little trick to make these real juicy now is to pour some water in here. And remember, that will lower the temperature of your pan a little bit, but it's going to steam these and it's going to make them real juicy. And then I'll let that go for about a minute and then I'll check the temperature again. Well, it has been another minute or so, so let's go ahead and pop this lid off here. And it is getting quiet, so I'm sure they're done. Take your thermometer and check it, see what it looks like. And we are at 170, so we're long past 165. And I do have some juice in the bottom of the pan, so I like to get a spoon and scoop the juice up just like this. Put it right on top of the meat. You don't want to waste that. You have a little fond in the bottom of the pan. Just like this. Alright, there we go. Yes, that will be wonderful. Now, you know, one thing about this all taking time to cook is while it's cooking, one of my tricks is to wash everything up. So I took things out of here and I washed while I was waiting for it to be done cooking. Like, for example, I used these on the raw meat. So I took them to the sink and I have a squirt bottle which has bleach, dish soap, and water, and I wash them and now they're all ready to go. So let's go ahead and pull our plate over here. And very carefully we will put that on there. And let's get some more ingredients. So here's our vegetables. Put some of them right there like that. Maybe a little bit more peppers. I usually give the first plate to Barb. She's kind of the food tester. If she doesn't fall over, I know it's safe. Alright, here we go. Now we have rice and raisins. So I'll just take some rice and raisins, just like that. Put that there. Then we have our sauce that we mixed up. And we want to kind of share it between Barb and myself. So we're just going to put a little bit on top of the meat and a little bit on top of the vegetables, just like this. Once again, you can always add more later. So that is the show for the day. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can see all the ingredients and a lot of other things. So thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.